Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I got in January. I think the majority of the books that I have did come in subscription boxes, but there are a few books that I picked up here and there throughout the month. I don't have any specific order that I'm talking about these in, so I'm just going to pick them up as I, talk about them as I pick them up. But the first two books that I have to talk about are both from the same series, and that is The Dragons of Nova and The Rebels of Gold by Elise Kova. And this is the second and the third book in the Loam Saga trilogy. And I just love these covers so much. Hopefully you guys can see them. These covers are beautiful, and on the backs as well. And also, something that I really love about these covers as well is that they're a really pretty color with the gold foiling that represents different things. So this is one of the dragon houses in the book that is on the front of this, and then we have some foiling on the spine as well, which, yeah, that's the right way. And then here is the hardcover for The Rebels of Gold, and I'm not really sure what this represents. I'm sure it's gonna make sense once I read this book, and that is what that spine looks like as well. The next books that I have to talk about are the books that came in my Page Habit YA quarterly box. And the first book and the main book that was included was Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This is a YA sci-fi novel. This book takes place where Earth intercepts this message from this alien race, and the message is basically saying that this planet could possibly have the technology to fix Earth's environmental damage. So now it is a race for all of these people to travel to this alien planet called Gaia in order to get this technology. And we follow two different characters. We follow Jules, who is a scholar, and he wants to go to this planet to really try to learn and to try to figure out how he could use what he finds on this planet in order to help Earth. And then we follow Mia, who is a scavenger, and she's basically trying to get to this planet to loot it before all the valuable things are taken. And these two characters end up meeting, and they have to end up working together in order to survive whatever's going on this planet. And I have heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm really excited about it. So there are two other books that were included in the Page Habit box, and I will make sure to link that unboxing if you guys are interested. But the first one was Starflight by Melissa Landers. And as far as I know, this book follows this girl who is a felon, and she is looking for some like space travel to go somewhere else or something like that, but because she is a felon and she has it like tattooed across her knuckles, it's really hard for her to find someone willing to like let her travel. And she ends up going on a ship with a guy I believe that she might have possibly went to school with before, and she just really doesn't like him. But then they end up having to work together because of some unforeseen circumstances. And I've heard some good things about this one. It's another YA sci-fi novel, and I'm looking forward to picking this book up. And the last book that was included in that box was The Cage by Megan Shepherd. This is another YA sci-fi novel, but this follows a girl who wakes up, I believe she wakes up in a desert or something like that, and she quickly finds out that wherever she has a bunch of different environments all together, and she meets like 4 or 5 other people, and then they eventually find out that they are on another planet and they are part of a human zoo. Basically, they have to figure out why they were taken to this other planet, why they're part of the zoo, and how to escape. So the story follows that, and I haven't really heard anybody talk about this, but it's definitely one that I have been wanting to read, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. So the next two books that I have to talk about are actually the same book, but I got them in 2 different book boxes in January, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So this is the copy that I got in my Fairy Loot in January, and this one came with a letter from the author as well as a art print of Prince Carden. And then this one also came with, if I could get to it, a signed book plate, and it was pretty big, so I decided to put it on that page. But yeah, that is this copy of The Cruel Prince. And then this copy is the one that came in the January Outcrate box, and this is an exclusive cover. and I really enjoyed this cover, so I'm kind of happy that I have both covers. And since this one is the US edition of the book, we do have the nice hardcover artwork on there. But this one also came with a letter from the author. And then something special about the Outcry cover is that we did get a signed copy instead of just a signed bookplate. So that was really nice, and I really love both of these editions, and I can't wait to get to this book. I only have 2 more books to talk about, which I said it's really good. I didn't really buy a whole lot of books like I usually do, I feel like, in a month. But the next book that I have to talk about is Food Wars Volume 21 by Yuto Sakuda. This series I can't really get into too much of what this one is necessarily going to be about. But at the very beginning of the series, we follow this guy named Soma. And he is, I believe, entering into high school. And he wants to become a chef like his father, but he wants to basically beat his father. And he tells him that if you want to even come close to me, you have to go and get into the school. And this is like the elite cooking school of Japan, I believe. So the story basically takes off from there. Someone going to the school to go and try to get accepted into the program. So this is volume 21, like I said, and can't wait to read this one. And the last book I picked up, which was a pre-order for me in January, was The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. This follows this guy who is about to get ready to go to his ex's wedding, and he ends up getting stuck in this elevator with a woman, I believe, and he asks her to be his wedding date, and she agrees, even though this is something that she normally wouldn't do. And the story kind of takes off from there. I believe it follows like that trope of a fake romance to a real romance, and it follows an interracial couple. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I believe the majority of these books are on my February TBR, so I'm really looking forward to getting to them because I'm just so excited. So those are all the books that I got in January. If you have read any of these, let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Bye.